Hey guys, what's going on? James here. In this video today, we are going to be going over more players who have received rookie minicamp tryout contracts for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as well as one more player who received a full-time undrafted free agent contract. Let's actually go ahead and start with that player. It is Warren Peeples, edge defender out of Southeastern Louisiana. Now, Peeples has actually played for a handful of schools. He played for Northern Iowa in 2023. He played for Memphis in 2022. So he's bounced around to a couple of different schools. He is 6'2", 230 pounds, and in his last year of eligibility in college football at Southeastern Louisiana, he put up some pretty decent stats in my opinion. I mean, 33 total tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss. He also had 5 total sacks. He had 1 forced fumble and 8 quarterback hits. So he was able to do a good bit while at Southeastern Louisiana, but he is a little bit smaller whenever you think about the NFL level edge defender, right? So I am curious to see whether or not the Buccaneers may use him at inside linebacker perhaps, and see if they experiment with that regarding the minicamp program and really just the offseason program moving forward. I am very curious about that. Now we can go ahead and move on to the first player who received a tryout contract, let's say, for the Buccaneers rookie minicamp. This is actually a player that you guys left in the comments. Shout out to Mon Hincapi, who left this comment talking about Tyler Echeverry, running back out of Mount Union. He said in his comment, Mon Hincapi, that, hey, 2007 yards and 35 touchdowns in his senior year, can't sleep on him. That's why I love you guys in the comments. You guys leave me fantastic insight. And yeah, Tyler Echeverry was an absolute beast in his senior year. Florida man as well, coming out of Naples, Florida. So 5'10", 200 pounds. And look, as the comment said here from Hincapi, look, Tyler Echeverry was an absolute beast in his final year of his college football career. 1,714 rushing yards on 243 attempts, 30 rushing touchdowns. Guys, he did not play a single game of college football last year and not score a touchdown rushing the ball. He always had at least one rushing touchdown in every single game of his senior season. That's absolutely incredible. He also had 292 receiving yards and 5 receiving touchdowns on top of that. His longest run, by the way, was 91 yards. So the production is absolutely there for Mr. Tyler Echeverry. So I'm going to be curious to see what the young man can do at his overall size. It's a good size as well, right? 5'10", 200 pounds, exactly what you want for an NFL caliber running back. So, hey, I'm happy that the Buccaneers are looking at some production and saying, hey, we'll give this young man a shot. Why not? You know, because Tyler Echeverry has certainly got the overall production there. Over 2,000 total yards in that final season and 35 total touchdowns. You love to see it coming in out of Mount Union. Next, we've got Mccoan Stoval, wide receiver out of Arizona State. Fun fact, that is where Rachaad White was from whenever the Tampa Bay Buccaneers drafted him. So Mccoan Stoval is 5'11", 185 pounds. He is coming in his final season. He's from California, so no Florida man, but you know what? We still give him some love. He had 3 rushing attempts for 13 yards in his final season, and then in terms of receiving, he had 24 receptions for 287 yards. He did have 1 kick return as well. So, you know, the Buccaneers are just casting a wide net. I do not blame them for doing that at all. Mccoan Stoval, he is coming out of a pretty notable school in Arizona State that have been able to do some really good things recently in terms of college football playoffs and things along those lines. So I wish him nothing but the best. Next, we've got Anton Juncaj, I believe. That's what I'm going to call him. Out of Arkansas. Another notable school, in my opinion. 6'3", 272 pounds. Folks, Juncaj here was a 2024 National Preseason Newcomer of the Year, a 2024 National Preseason Transfer of the Year, and he was also a 2024 Honorable Mention Preseason All-SEC. So he was able to do a lot of interesting stuff here. And in his final season here at Arkansas, he had 19 total tackles. He had 3.5 tackles for loss and a sack in there as well. Now, the previous season, this is where it gets very, very interesting. He played at the University of Albany, guys, in 2022 to 2023 and 2023 to 2024. He was an absolute beast at Albany. I mean, absolute beast. Listen to his 2023-2024 stats, guys. 34 solo tackles, 21 assisted tackles, that's 55 total tackles, 21.5 tackles for loss, 15 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 3 passes broken up, and 3 passes deflected. I suppose that's the same stat. Then in the previous season with Albany, he had 38 total tackles, 12 tackles for loss, and 4.5 sacks. Before that, he played at, I believe, Southern Connecticut State. Didn't post any stats in 2020-2021, but in 2019-2020, 40 total tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. So the young man was an absolute beast at Albany. Maybe didn't necessarily get as much of a chance while at Arkansas, but I'm looking at that Albany stat sheet, and I'm like, hey, let's see what this young man can do, right? So Anton Juncaj is coming in out of Arkansas, but really, he made a name for himself, wow, at the University of Albany. Next, we've got Joe Slackman, a defensive lineman out of Florida. So he is joining his teammate Desmond Watson coming in for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's 6'3", 300 pounds. It was his first season at the University of Florida. Previous school was at Pennsylvania. He was a second-team AFCA All-American in 2023. He was the Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year in 2023 as well. He was a third-team Phil Steele All-American in 23, a first-team All-Ivy in 23, in all ECAC defense in 23 as well. He was fourth team Phil Steele FCS midseason All-American in 23, and he was also an honorable mention All-Ivy in 22. He's also got a litany of academic awards in there as well in 2023 and in 2024, so kudos to him for that. He did not necessarily do anything for Florida in the one season he was there. He had 5 total tackles, so didn't necessarily get to do a lot regarding that. I am curious to see. So in 2023 at Penn, let's see if we can find his total statistics. All right, so 12 tackles for loss, which ranked first on the team and second among all Ivy League defenders. He finished with 4 sacks, not too bad at all. 50 total tackles as well, 4 quarterback hurries, a pass breakup, and a blocked field goal. So, really, at Penn, he was doing some really, really good work, okay? Obviously, he got a lot of accolades in that last year at Penn, went to Florida, didn't necessarily get the opportunity maybe he thought he was going to get. But again, much like in the case of Anton Juncaj, you look at that previous production before he went to that big school, he was able to do some really, really good stuff, so I'm going to give him some props for that as well. Finally, bit of an interesting, tryout contract here, let's say. It's Colby Cox, long snapper out of Memphis. He is coming in at 6 feet tall, 235 pounds. He was a 4th team All-AAC in 2023. He was a 4th team All-AAC in 2022. He was also a all-academic team in 2022 as well. Then you go to his senior season with Memphis. He was a 3rd team preseason All-AAC, and he was on the Patrick Manley Award watch list. So, hey, you know what? Shout out to Mr. Colby Cox. He had 1 tackle this past year. He did have a fumble recovery as well. So the young man, it's a long snapper. You need long snappers. The Bucs are going to be trying out some specialists during the rookie minicamp as well. Don't blame them for doing that. And Colby Cox, you never know what can happen, right? So, some very interesting names here. Personally, for me, I'm a little bit interested in Warren Peeples to see what he can do maybe as a middle linebacker for the Bucs. Tyler Echeverry, obviously the dude was a beast at Mount Union. I'm also interested in Anton Juncaj and Joe Slackman based on not what they did for Arkansas and Florida, but what they did at their previous schools at Albany for Juncaj and Penn for Slackman. So what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about it down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.